Hello. I don't know if I'm visible right now. I can't really see myself in the screen that I'm looking at. Anyway, what's up? So I'm making one more video tonight. I'm sitting outside. I have a porch swing. My porch swing is one of my favorite things. It's one of my greatest achievements, I feel like. It's very beautiful and functional and comfortable for a porch swing, at least. I can see the stars right now. I'm laying down on it. I decided I'm gonna make a video right now about pain. I feel a lot of pain tonight. It's pain in my heart mostly, and my stomach. I wouldn't call it like a blockage. I've kind of had blockages lately in my chakras. Like, I felt it in my stomach and my heart a lot. This is not really what that is. This is more like I'm sensitive, and maybe it's blockages I've had for a really long time. I feel like there's things that I've had in my life that it's kind of like wounds that never healed or something like that. Like, I'm 30 years old and I'm still feeling like as vulnerable as I did as a child and a teenager. In a way, I think it's a success, though, because what that tells me is that I'm sensitive. I can feel things. And that's kind of also what this is about, is like sensitivity. I feel like being a sensitive person is one of my greatest strengths. It's kind of how I win. I can feel people. I know things. I don't think people need drugs to get high. I think it's like we can do things to increase or decrease the frequency that we are vibrating at. And whatever we like, we kind of find our way there, like what's comfortable. The problem is, like, what if I feel like I would be comfortable being like 16 times as high as I am right now, and for whatever reason it's difficult for me to get there? Maybe because of my environment, maybe because of like the habits I have, or simply because it would be something new and I'm not really sure what actions to take or which direction to go. My life is changing a lot right now. There's a lot of transformation, there's a lot of evolution, and there's also a lot of moments I've been having, like a lot of moments I've been having lately that are throwbacks. It's like a time machine, and I've been like coming up on like things that like very specific, very obvious signs that connect me right now to like certain points in my past. And sometimes it's dreams too, like things that I like imagined doing and now it happened, like goals that I achieve because it's finally time, or else because like I'm finally grown up enough and dedicated enough that I did it and I'm doing it now. I'm not really going to make a list about all that right now. Maybe that would be a worthwhile video, like things that have been changing in my life this year. For right now, all I really feel like saying is this. For people who are wondering about sensitivity, like, there's a thing I've heard people say, you're too sensitive. There's no such thing as being too sensitive. It's like too sensitive for what? For you? Or, you know, it has to have a context to even make sense. When people are sensitive, when I'm sensitive, I know things. I can feel people's emotions. I can see the future. It's like I'm psychic. I hear my intuition. I hear like everything around me affects me more, like the tone of voice people are using, the way the weather is. And when I'm more sensitive to people, they tend to like empathize with me too. So if I have any sort of desire or agenda or help I'm looking for, you know, then possibilities open up for me. You know, if I care about people, they're likely to care about me. If I can feel people, then they're likely to be able to feel me too. So I feel like we have a choice every single second. I have a choice whether I can be sensitive or numb, like every second, everything that's happening. And I don't think it's right to always choose to be sensitive or wrong to choose to be numb. I think that we all have to moderate it, because like really, how would it be if I felt how every single person on this planet is feeling right now? Like every single emotion, like throughout this whole world, constantly. How could I ever sleep? How could I ever even move or think or like do anything? All I would do is feel. And like, how could I even contain that in one heart or one body or one spirit, even if I wasn't a human? Even if all I had to do was be a spirit and feel that much. So basically my message right now is that people can be sensitive by choosing to be sensitive. We can ignore things or we can pay attention to them. We can address things or put them off. And that's how we determine our sensitivity. We don't need drugs to get high. We can get high naturally through a lot of ways. And like, yeah, drugs are an option, only they're not the only option. And also, if we take drugs and get high, or get high however, we can stay high. It's not like a light switch, like my high expires in 5 hours, or like tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I can't be high anymore, or I can't be drunk anymore. Like, that stuff carries over. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of opportunities. And also, sometimes it's okay to choose to be more numb too. If it means, you know, being able to function somehow in a way that matters to you, in a way that matters to me, or whatever. So basically, whatever kind of sensitivity you value, I would advise you to, I don't know, accept it or go for it. And if you feel a lot of pain, that's what happens from being vulnerable. I mean, I live on the planet Earth, and from what I can tell, there's a lot of pain here that I have the opportunity to feel in my life. If I stay sensitive, there's a fair probability I'm going to feel more pain. I wouldn't choose to be numb in order to never feel pain. What I would choose to do is act in such a way that maybe at some point the human race is going to neutralize all of the pain, and we'll be able to learn and do things without creating these cycles where sadness and anger and things like that, start going around and around. The way that I know is I think there's some Gandhi quote I read that kind of turned me on to this. It's basically if I encounter pain and I am able to respond to it in a way that does not create more pain in the world, I don't send that pain on to the next person I meet or create larger pain for the person who gave it to me. If I accept what comes and kind of I forgive, I can neutralize that, and then there's a little less pain in the world. Maybe at some point we'll all be able to forgive, and the pain will end, and it will be information, it will be knowledge, it will be a story. We can use it as wisdom and be more able to love because of it. I accept the fact that, I accept this experience, I accept that I have pain in my life. I would prefer not to right now, because I like being happy. I'm not asking for more pain. What I'm saying is that I made choices that brought me here, and I don't have any regrets. I've been as true to myself as I knew how, constantly. I've made millions of decisions in my life, and they've brought me here, and I'm happy with the person I am. And I know that I've caused myself pain. I know I've caused pain for people around me. If I cause pain for you ever, I'm sorry. I love you though. I love everyone. I love myself. I'd like for that to count for something. And if whoever's listening to this, if you have pain in your life, then I'm sorry. There's ways through it. You can end your life if you feel like you don't owe it to anyone to stay here, because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's hard. I know that. You can choose to be numb and continue to be alive, or you can choose to accept that you're sensitive and feel what there is to feel and see what happens. I don't have any guarantees for you. All I can say is that right now I feel a lot of pain tonight. The only way I think I can really deal with it is by reaching out and saying the wisdom that I have on the subject. Maybe it can help someone. Maybe I'll listen to this at some point and it will help me. I mean, even talking about it and acknowledging that it's there helps. So anyway, peace. Peace and love.